What's going on, y'all? This is John Alsace with Facemask Fantasy. We got new up-to-date fantasy content coming your way every day on this channel, so if you have not subscribed already, then please hit that button. But before we get into our main topic for today, my co-host Nick Payne put in a ton of work to give you guys a free 2021 Redraft draft kit available on our website, which can be found at facemaskpod.com. It's a great piece of content, something that other analysts might be charging you for, but we're giving it to you for free. So without further ado, let's get into some fantasy talk, and today we're going to talk about Tyler Higbee. Los Angeles Rams tight end Tyler Higbee is currently being drafted at his floor. Now, I know he disappointed in 2020, but I personally think he's being a little bit disrespected right now. Now, he finished as the tight end 17 last year, but that was while sharing the role with Gerald Everett, who is now gone. And at that point in time, he was catching passes from the much maligned, and for good reason, Jared Goff, who has been replaced by a much better quarterback in Matt Stafford. Tyler Higbee has an ADP right now of 125, and that's good enough for tight end 14. Tyler Higbee is firmly in the tight end prime age window at 28. His only competition at tight end is a rookie who should redshirt his freshman season in Jacob Harris, and also sophomore tight end Bryson Hopkins, who didn't see any game day action last season as a redshirt rookie himself. Tyler Higbee commanded 89 targets in 2019, which was third most on the Rams, who at the time were the third most pass-happy team in the league that season. But his targets in 2020 fell to 60, and in passing attempts, Los Angeles regressed to slightly above league average. Higbee also dropped to 5th on the team in targets behind receivers Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, Josh Reynolds, and fellow tight end Gerald Everett. Reynolds is gone, as is Everett, and Everett leaving frees up 62 tight end targets. If he just gets half of those targets added on to last year's totals, he'd be looking at 91 targets, which would have put him tied for 8th in the league last year. And that's a conservative estimate, as we're only taking half of Everett's receptions and giving them to Higbee. Now, I'm being conservative here because they did add a lot of weapons to this offense. They drafted Tutu Atwell, they signed Deshaun Jackson, they have incumbent second-year wide receiver Van Jefferson, but they also lost their starting running back. And yes, they traded for Sony Michel, but you have to believe their game plan is going to switch to a little bit more pass-happy than they normally would have been if Akers would have stayed healthy. Now, we don't have a lot of games for a sample size in which Higbee was the sole tight end playing for the team, but from weeks 12 to week 17 in 2019, Everett was inactive for 3 games and played just 4 total offensive snaps in the other 2 games. So for a 5-game stretch, Higbee had all the tight end work to himself, and in that stretch he averaged 8.6 catches on 11.2 targets per game. He also was over 100 receiving yards per game in that stretch and grabbed 2 touchdowns while playing at least 85 snaps in each game. Those are elite tight end numbers. Now, as far as this quarterback upgrade, Hawkinson, Matt Stafford's tight end last season, had 101 targets. So Higbee's new quarterback is not averse to targeting the tight end position when need be. Hawkinson finished at tight end 5 last year in PPR leagues, so Stafford can produce elite tight end options. But let's dig into what Stafford has done prior to last season. In 2014, when Eric Ebron was a rookie, Eric Ebron finished tight end 40. In 2015, Ebron finished tight end 13. In 2016, Ebron finished tight end 14. In 2017, Ebron finished tight end 13. In 2018, Luke Wilson was tight end 70. In 2019, in Hawkinson's rookie season, he finished tight end 31. In 2020, Hawkinson tight end 5 in a year where Golladay was injured for the majority of the year, and Marvin Jones and Quintez Cephas were the team's 1-2 punch at wide receiver for the majority of the season. This is also a season in 2020 where after week 9, the team lost DeAndre Swift. So basically, looking at the historical precedents, if a tight end is not a rookie and not a scrub, sorry Luke Wilson, but in terms of fantasy, you're a scrub. If a tight end is not a rookie or a scrub, his absolute floor with Stafford is tight end 14, and the absolute ceiling is tight end 5. His ADP is tight end 14, his floor is tight end 14. ceiling of a top 5 option, and he's being drafted as if the Rams are running it back in 2021 with the same roster and game plan as they had a season ago. I think there's great value here in all formats. In season-long leagues, again, ADP of 125, and you're getting potentially this year's Logan Thomas, surprise top 3 option at the position. Limited competition from the other tight ends on the roster, no Gerald Everett, Jacob Harris is going to take some time, and Bryson Hopkins, we haven't even seen what he can do on the field yet, because he hasn't played any yet. In Dynasty, I like him too. He's only 28, and he's signed with this team through the end of 2023, at which point he's 31 and hitting free agency, and 31 is typically the age that we see tight ends decline from a fantasy production standpoint. So he's an underrated option for the next 3 seasons. He'll be playing with the best quarterback of his career. The coaching staff trusts him, and I think you should too. So I'm buying him at his ADP in season long, and I'm buying him where I can in Dynasty if I'm weak at the tight end position, if I play in any tight end premium leagues, or if I'm just looking for some stash and flip value for later on in the season once this guy starts to show what he's really capable of. What do you guys think? Put your thoughts in the comment section below. My name is John Alsace, and this is Facemask Fantasy. We bring you new up-to-date fantasy content every day right here on this channel, so if you have not subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you for listening and have a great day.